What's good, y'all? It's Kenny Cams, and this is the Black Show. It is Thursday at the end of August. I don't know the exact date. Since I opened the studio, my day is I'm here all day, every day, pretty much, or I'm at home sleeping. So my days have kind of just ran into this month has went the fastest month of my life. Swear. So it's gonna be a shorter episode today, I think. We'll see how it goes when I get into it, but. I got a couple other content stuff that I want to knock out today, and some running around I got to do today. So I wanted to just at least get some, just so we have something for the morning today. So today's topic I want to talk about is how comfortable grown men have became disrespecting other grown men. And I'm gonna leave the women's side out of this conversation. I'll start this by saying if a woman disrespects me now, it hasn't been my whole life. I would go back and forth, try to defend myself, and like if a woman says something disrespectful to me now, I literally just remove myself from that space and probably never talk to that person again. And the reason why is because why did you feel comfortable doing that if I gave you no reason to do that? And that's the thing I think a lot of people miss with this of like, you have to be pretty comfortable with someone to feel comfortable disrespecting them to their face. You have to know that person pretty well. And if people don't think that way, you're insane. I grew up on Atkinson pretty much from Roosevelt, Titonia, Atkinson, that little like kind of trapezoid, whatever shape you want to call it. So Garden Homes Park, we tot lot sometimes, and then we would go down by like 12th Street by some of our homies' house, kind of by King, that area over there, right? That's where I grew up. Like we was really outside as kids. We played video games, but that was at nighttime. Like we was on bikes, like we knew the neighbor kids, all that stuff at the park. So I grew up in a generation where you had consequences in your face, like. If I talk shit about one of the other neighborhood kids, right, and it got back to that neighborhood kid, we were going to get into a fist fight. It wasn't no like, oh, buddy gonna talk shit and then we see each other and it's just talking shit. No, like how I'm raised, once you cross a line with me as disrespect, it's on sight. And it's on sight depending on your body language. Like, that's the thing I think people don't get with me. I'm going off the energy I'm getting when it's negative. Because I'm going to have positive energy. People feel it when I come around. I know that shit. But when it goes negative, if I got negative energy, then I target you. If you got negative energy, I target you then. My eyes is locked on you, and I'm waiting for you to do something then. And I think that's not a good part of my person. It's a good part of my personality from the protector portion of it. But for my self-well-being, it's not the greatest. So that's why I like remove myself from situations. I'm like, nah, if this go left, I'm going to U-turn this bitch. We going all the way left. And I had to adjust to that shit on the internet. Because I try to explain to people that's not from Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a very small city. We might have a lot of people, but like the circles are so, a lot of people don't get outside their bubble. So, like, if you are in that NPS high school mindset bubble, which I see a lot on Facebook from a lot of people, and it's disappointing. Because there's people in high school I thought was cool as shit. And I'm like, oh, you a weirdo lame. Damn, that sucks, fam. Because I was going to try to work with a lot of people now. Especially now, it's a lot of people I want to get on here to interview just to tell their story. Because, like, I've known these people for a long time, and I know some dope-ass stories, but now I'm seeing how people in the city move. I'm like, nah. And I remember this. People thought I was bullshitting. When I came back from Sedona, I was like, I'm going to leave and start a studio somewhere else. And I know on Facebook, I know it. I get the, man, this nigga bullshitting. They're like, this nigga just talking shit about this shit. Like, okay. That's what I tell people. Okay. The thing I think a lot of people haven't dealt with in their life is like pushback or criticism from people that they kind of care about or like people close to them. I've literally gotten that my entire life from a kid up, that everything I did was criticized by multiple people, from friend groups to parents. So like when people get on the internet and say shit to me like that, I really think you a clown, and I lose respect for you. Like that's the part with what I do for a living. Like I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion anymore. Only reason I did give a fuck about an opinion was because I respected the places that I was employed by. Now I'm my employer, G. So I don't give a fuck what I say on here, because this is how I talk in real life. And that's the thing where people, they code switch so much to where they're a very different person on the internet than they are in real life. This is me all the time. If you could take me out of this element, you're good. But this is me pretty much all the time. So like, I don't have to like put on a character when I come on the internet. And a lot of these motherfuckers be overcompensating tough guys because they getting hold in their real life. I see motherfuckers that talk tough and work at Walmart and shit, and they work at the Walmart in Greenfield or somewhere, so niggas don't see them, or working in office jobs or like any of that shit, and talking tough on the like, fam, are you serious, nigga? Will HR be cool with you saying that, bro? And that's the part where I'm like, these motherfuckers is overcompensating because it's the only area in their life they can actually feel like a man. And I don't have to do. That's the part where like, so the dating episode was kind of cool because like, it's so cool interacting with the people in Milwaukee on the podcast that I've known my whole life. Like everybody that I mentioned on that podcast, I've known at least since I was 14. At minimum since I was 14. That's 20 years. You know what I'm saying? 20 plus years. So like, it's super cool interacting with that in the dating side. But what I realized is it shocks a lot of people when they realize like, oh, this can he really, that's how he talk when you message him, that's how you talk. Like that's really, it's not, because I think so many people put on an act because they have to. But, and it's gonna sound super egotistical and super cocky, but if you from Milwaukee, you get it. Like it's certain motherfuckers that just been what they been since they was kids, that go for the hoopers, the football people, just the cool people in the city. Like I was never one of the cool people in the city. I was just someone that knew everybody because I did so much different shit as a kid, and I would talk to people as a kid. I was friendly, so like, and I never had no motives. No ulterior motives. I wasn't trying to angle on nobody. I just come to stuff as I am. And that irritates people's soul. And I just, at first it used to bother me when like, especially in working situation. At first it used to bother me, right? Now I'll be cracking up because I'll be like, in my head, I'll be like, that motherfucker think that I got an angle here. And I know that like in Stevens Point, that was a thing. So I think when I was working at UW Stevens Point, right? And I love my coworkers, most of them. My direct supervisor, love her. Couple of my coworkers I ain't care for too much because they were victims, and I'm like, but I think that being at a university, being a black man, being like, everybody has that career ambition. Like they want to be a director, they want the title, they care. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. The last 3 jobs I've had, I was overqualified for, and I was fine with it because they paid me what I needed to get paid so I could do this. And I was very transparent. I'm like, yeah, this last job I had, right, love that organization. I even brought DJ Promise to that organization to do stuff to try to get them in the black community too. I love that organization to this day. But I told them like 3 times, I'm like, hey, I'm waiting for a couple different things to happen, and then I'm gonna go open my studio. So I'm not gonna be here for long. But while I'm here, I'm down to get everything organized for you. Because with a lot of businesses, my skill is organization of structure, and really it's kind of like a auditor. I could audit a company and see where they're missing stuff, where potential stuff they're gaining, like. Because how my brain works, I'm a plan person. I'm a project person. So like in logistics. So I would go in meetings and I can be like, okay, what are we trying to achieve here? And then once I know what we're trying to achieve, what the out goal is, I backtrack from there and I can So that's my skill. So when I was a case manager, I was also working with the CEO, um, doing I was doing a bunch of shit because I just know how to do a bunch of shit because I got ADHD and I went through a heartbreak. So when you got ADHD and probably a little autism and you go through a heartbreak, you go hyper focus. And what's the one thing to do during COVID and all that shit where it was like you could get out again, but I don't want to be out, especially with the shit I was dealing with, where I don't know if it's other niggas that's talking to my ex that she telling them bullshit that's trying to, fam. If I don't, I'm so past it that I don't want to go into it. But if niggas know if people knew over the last 3 years, or like the nonsense, or like real life dangerous situations that a person I don't care about put me in, like it's wild. So when I get disrespect on the internet now, I legit try to diffuse it immediately, and I'll ask you what you mean by that, or like what's cause I temperature check people, like what's going on here, and if I see anything, or if the next comment is kind of sketchy, I just block them and remove them. I don't care who you are. Why? I don't care enough. I don't care enough about other people's opinions anymore. I don't. I truly don't. And it's a dope ass feeling when you get to that, because it's really like, it's nothing that a motherfucker could say to me that really throw me off at this point. And it's funny because it's something my ex said. It was like once I get to this point, I'd be like unstoppable. And she was gaslighting the shit out of me, but it's crazy how shit have come true, man. It's crazy how shit have come true. So I just want to do a quick episode, y'all, just so we can keep the content pumping. And to tell people, like, man, y'all was in college listening to Flow Rider like me. Don't act like you poo shiesty boosie niggas. You not. You not. Athletes that try to act like tough guys too, like, bro, y'all was in them basements dancing with them white girls singing Katy Perry. Just like the rest of us black athletes at these white schools. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in sports. When I was coaching, I would get that kid out of that school so fast. When you come from like a city and you wasn't tough at home and you get to college to try to be a tough guy, like, shut up, nigga. I grew up with in the real life shit, nigga. You couldn't have survived a month on Atkinson, nigga, as a kid. I was walking home at midnight from Schrader YMCA teen night by myself, get up to 12, nigga. At midnight at 11, 12. And most of you niggas couldn't survive this shit. That's why I talk how I talk. Like, I am not invincible, none of that shit. But when you survive some real dangerous shit your whole life, like, you know these niggas ain't really about what they talking about. You know it. You know it, because they ain't never really lived shit. They living through the internet. Stop living through the internet. Real life is a thing. You are not in the metaverse yet. You do not have to be a tough guy. You can go to work, mind your business, get your girl, do your shit. If problems come, you got to address them, but do not go looking for problems. It be people on the internet looking for problems with people. And leave people alone. Leave people's lives alone. Stop trying to mess with people's girls. Stop trying to, like, bro, that's super fucking dangerous, nigga. Stop doing that shit. Like, I'm realizing in this city, life is that's why I understand now when it's like Milwaukee has like one of the top cities in the US. Bro, when you just mind your business and you're not in mess and dealing with a bunch of narcissistic bubble of people like that just are with motives and drama and trying to, like, just messy. Messy's the best word. Just messy ass people. Milwaukee is amazing, bro. I fucking love this city now. Like, if you'd have asked me 2 years ago, I'd have been like, I'd never move back here again. When I started minding my business and just doing my thing, not bothering nobody, not in nobody's stuff, it's so fun here, fam. We got so much to fucking do in Milwaukee. So I know it's a lot of stories. It's more of a ramble one. I had like 3 or 4 good episodes in a row, y'all. Y'all got to give me one. I was drained from yesterday. So Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. It's Kenny Cams. It's the Black Show. I'm out. Peace.